Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Tamika West. I'm a Magistrate Court Judge. I will be presiding over your first appearance hearing this morning. We are streaming live via YouTube. I will need your full attention to the entire first appearance hearing. If everyone will raise their right hand so I can swear everyone in before I make my opening remarks. Okay, everyone. I see the inmate in the front. Thank you. Okay, that looks like everyone. Do you swear or affirm that the information included on your court-appointed application, as well as any information you give to the court today, will be true and accurate to the best of your knowledge? Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing this morning with Magistrate Court. First, we are not here to try your case or to take a plea. You're here for the court to inform you of the charges against you, advise you of certain rights, set bail on those offenses for which the court is authorized to set bail, schedule a preliminary hearing if necessary, and also the purpose of the first appearance today is to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing, but should you choose to give up this right, anything you say during these proceedings may be used against you if your case goes to trial. During this and all other proceedings, you have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to an indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine all witnesses who are called to testify against you. You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses in your own behalf by subpoena. You also have the right to testify and offer other evidence in your own defense should you choose to do so. But should you choose not to do so, no presumption of your guilt may be raised. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail pending prosecution of your case, which may be cash, commercial, or property. If you post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of the cash bond together with any applicable fees to the sheriff's office, who will then hold it until your final court date, at which time the cash bond will be returned to the person who posted it. If you use a commercial bonding company approved by the sheriff, someone will have to pay the company up to 15% of the total bond amount for their fee for their service, and this fee will not be returned. Someone may post a bond using their property if they have net equity in the property in an amount equal to 3 times the total bond amount. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going around certain places. This special condition will be provided to you on your bond order. You will also be prohibited from calling or contacting the alleged victim while you're in jail or while you're out on bond. Should you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you will not be entitled to another bond while awaiting trial. An additional charge of aggravated stalking, influencing witnesses, or other charges, as the law may provide, could be brought against you, for which you could be sentenced up to 10 years in prison and fined up to $20,000. For family members who will assist you in posting bond, they will be provided with the information of your bond amount after we have concluded the first appearance calendar for today. If a family member is a victim on the warrant and there's a special condition that you're to have no contact with that family member, he or she will not be allowed to post bond on your behalf. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is simply not authorized by law to set bail. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a superior court judge, and you will be informed of that date at your first appearance. If you're currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set a bond. Again, if you're currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set your bond today. Your bond can be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to determine if they wish to file a warrant for a violation of your probation, usually during your preliminary hearing. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine if there is enough evidence or probable cause to justify keeping you detained until such time as your case goes to trial. For those of you charged with misdemeanor offenses only, you will have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Waiving your preliminary hearing will not affect your right to post bond, your right to have an attorney represent you, or your right to a jury trial. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived and you will be mailed notice when to appear in state court for your arraignment. If you cannot make bond, you may waive your preliminary hearing and be taken before a state court judge, at which time if you plead guilty, you'll be sentenced. If you plead not guilty, a trial will be scheduled on your behalf. If you have a misdemeanor preliminary hearing, your hearing will be scheduled for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. For those of you charged with felony offenses, you will not have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. That will conclude my opening remarks. At this time, Deputy, I will take your first inmate. I believe you wanted, is it inmate Jones or Patterson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Patterson. You've been charged with two offenses. The first offense is criminal trespass. The second offense is public indecency. The bond amount for your first offense of criminal trespass is $3,000. Your bond amount for the public indecency is $2,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $5,000. Do you understand your bond amount as well as the charges?
Yes.
Okay. Can you make bond?
I see.
You say you think so?
I try to.
Okay. Okay, if you can make bond, there will be a special condition included on your bond order. The first condition is you must stay away, absolutely, directly, or indirectly. And you cannot return to the premises located at 5060 Front Ridge Road, Forest Park, Georgia, 30297. I believe that's Econo Lodge where the incident occurred. You're not allowed to return to those premises while you're out on bond. In addition, you cannot violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and then you did complete a court-appointed counsel form. Do you need a court-appointed attorney?
Yes. Just in case.
Okay, no problem. Let me look at your responses on the court-appointed application here. And then since you're only charged with misdemeanors, Ms. Jones, would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar?
I'll waive it, will it come quicker?
I'm sorry to hear the response.
I'll waive it, will it come quicker?
Well, if you waive it, if you bond out, you will automatically, it will automatically be waived. But if you're unsure if you can make bond, then I would recommend that you leave it on the calendar.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll leave it on the calendar. So your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Do you understand that is your next hearing date?
Yeah.
Okay. And then based on your responses on your court-appointed application, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, I will go ahead and approve one. Do you have any questions? Okay, thank you.
Just take a seat. This is court.
Okay, please state your full name for the record.
Auntie Sabrina Cattle.
Good morning, Ms. Cattle. You've been charged with one offense of driving without a license. Your bond amount is $1,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you pay bond?
Yes, ma'am.
You said no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can. Okay, would you like, I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the court's calendar?
You can keep it. That's fine.
Okay. And then based on your court-appointed application here, it does appear that you would, let's see here. It says that you said you currently don't have a job, correct?
No, ma'am.
So based on your response, you will qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I'll go ahead and approve that for you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Tell me her bond amount again, please.
It was 1,000.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, state your full name for the record for me.
Kayla Michelle Creech.
And that's CREECH.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been charged with one offense of driving on a suspended or revoked license. Your bond amount is $1,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the court's calendar?
Keep it on the calendar, but you said if I make bond, it'll come off.
Yeah, it's automatically waived if you make bond. Is that what you would like to do?
I would like to keep it.
Okay, no problem. And did you complete a request for court-appointed counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
So based on your responses here, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, I will approve one for you. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Please give me your full name.
Emily Page Fairchild.
Fairchild. Okay, Ms. Fairchild, you've been charged with 2 offenses to include criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $1,500. And then the second charge is contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Your bond amount is $3,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $4,500. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Not right now.
Okay. I've scheduled your next hearing, which is your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that on the calendar since you're unsure if you're gonna make bond. You understand that? You do have the option of waiving it. You understand that, Ms. Fairchild?
Thank you.
Okay, so your next hearing date will be November the 22nd. And you completed a request for court-appointed counsel, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me locate your form here. Okay, based on your application, you do qualify for court-appointed counsel, so I will approve it. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, please give me your full name.
Shout out to Khadijah Elizabeth Harris.
Okay, Ms. Harris, you've been charged with 2 offenses. First offense is DUI less safe. The bond amount is $5,000. Second charge, improper lane change. The bond amount is $500. Therefore, your total bond amount is $5,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the court's calendar?
Waive it.
You want to waive it? So if you want to waive it, you'll need to get a form from the deputies to sign indicating you would like to waive it. You understand that?
Oh, well, I might as well. No, I could just keep it on. That's fine. I don't feel like. No, I'll keep it on.
You sure? Okay, you don't want to waive it? It's up to you, no pressure. You want to keep it on the calendar?
I don't need it. I know I'm going to be able to bond out, but I just.
Oh, well, if you're not sure, we could just keep it on the calendar. Is that something you would like to do?
No, just take me out. Take me out.
Okay, so it's very easy. They have a form there just for you to sign, and they'll send it back to me. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then I see you did complete a request for court-appointed counsel. You would qualify since you're unemployed. Do you have any other questions?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
James.
So Deputy, that was Harris that want to waive the preliminary hearing. Okay, please give me your full name.
Tanya James.
Good morning, Ms. James. How are you doing?
Good morning, y'all. How you doing?
Spell your first name for me.
It's Jutanya. Last name is James.
Okay, I just want to make sure I had it spelled correctly here. Ms. James, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your bond amount is $5,000. The second charge is open container violation. The bond amount is $500. And then the third charge of driving under the influence, your bond amount is $5,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $10,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom because one of your charges is a felony. You understand that? So you're on the November 21st preliminary hearing calendar and it'll be via Zoom. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And let's see here. You did complete a request for court-appointed counsel. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. So,
I'm listening. You have a question?
yes, ma'am, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I can tell my family that's my bond is $10,000. So it's 15% of that. Is that correct?
Well, that's something you will have to discuss with your counsel. I'm gonna go ahead and you can discuss it with the jail, but your bond amount is $10,500. Is the additional $500 for the open container violation? That's $500.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then the felony is $5,000, the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, and then the driving under the influence is $5,000. So it's $10,500.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any other questions?
Ma'am.
Okay, I will approve your request for a court-appointed attorney. So that will conclude your first appearance this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Harris said she wanted to change her mind about if she comes up.
Oh, she doesn't want to waive it?
She doesn't want to waive it anymore.
Okay, if you can bring her back. Okay, Ms. Harris, I just needed a verbal from you on camera that you do want to waive, you do not want to waive the preliminary hearing.
Yes, I do not want to waive my preliminary hearing.
Okay, I will note that on the calendar. We'll keep it on the calendar. So it'll be, I believe we said November 22nd.
Yes.
Yes, so it'll be November 22nd. Okay?
Yes.
No problem. Okay, thank you. Did you get that, Ms. Mary? She's not gonna waive it.
Yeah, I was gonna put it on the calendar anyway.
Okay, okay. Okay, you knew before I did, Miss Mary.
Yeah,
Okay,
Better to be safe than sorry.
yeah, exactly. I always tell them that. I always say no pressure, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, please give me your full name.
Sandra Bishop.
I didn't hear the last name.
Mitchell.
Mitchell, okay. Miss Mitchell, you've been charged with, let's see. Seven counts of criminal trespass. Your bond amount for each offense is $1,500. So therefore, your total bond amount is $10,500. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you make bond?
I'm gonna try.
Okay. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing. So all those criminal trespass charges are considered misdemeanors in the state of Georgia. So I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar?
Put it on the calendar.
Okay. And then I believe did you complete a request for court-appointed counsel?
Yeah.
So you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney, therefore I will approve the application. Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, please give me your full name.
Honesty Taylor.
Is that Tony, Toni?
Honesty, AUNIS.
Okay, you're the last one. Okay, I got it. Okay. Ms. Taylor, you've been charged with one offense of battery, simple battery. Your bond amount is $4,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes.
Can you make bond?
Yes.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the court's calendar? I didn't hear you, Ms. Taylor.
Keep it on the calendar.
Okay. Now, did you tell me you could make bond?
Yes.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on your bond order. The first condition is because Dontavius Jackson is the alleged victim in the case, there's a no contact, which means you must stay away absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by pager, by telephone, by third person from Mr. Jackson's home, his workplace, and any immediate family members of any witnesses. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, you also cannot violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, it appears that the incident occurred at 235 Roberts Drive, Building 3, Apartment A. Is that your primary residence?
Yes.
Okay, because they allege, is that where you live, or do you live there with Mr. Jackson?
I live there.
Okay, do Mr. Jackson live there with you?
Really, but he had just moved in.
Okay, well, unfortunately, if he's still there, then unfortunately you cannot return to those premises. Are both of you guys on the lease, or is it just you?
That's me.
Okay, so I won't prohibit you. So there's a no contact against Mr. Jackson, but you say that he just moved in. Do you know if he's still at those premises? You don't know?
I was out there that he was leaving, so I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, because you're insured, I'm gonna have to prohibit you from returning to that location until you can provide evidence, I guess, through your attorney that he no longer resides there. You understand that? You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And let me just include that. So that's 235 Roberts Drive. Now, do you have any personal belongings still at that location?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna allow you to make an appointment with the sheriff's office to retrieve any personal property within 10 days of your release. You understand that?
Yes.
And did you complete a request for court-appointed counsel?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you would qualify for court-appointed counsel, so I will go ahead and approve your request. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, state your full name for the record for me.
Taylor Williams.
Okay, that's what I was expecting. Okay. Okay, Ms. Taylor Williams, you have been charged with four offenses. The first offense is aggravated assault. Your bond amount is $20,000. The second offense is cruelty to children. Your bond amount is $3,000. The third offense is battery, family violence. Your bond amount is $4,000. And then the fourth offense is cruelty to children in the third degree. Your bond amount is $3,000. Therefore, your total bond amount, that appears to be, let's see here, is $30,000. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
If you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. Because, do you know someone by the name of Shamia Allen?
Allen, yes, ma'am.
Okay, who's that to you?
My child's father.
Okay, so because she's the alleged victim in the case, okay, you can have no contact with Miss Allen. That means you must stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly, by mail, by email, by telephone, by third person from Miss Allen's home, her workplace, and immediate family members of any witnesses. Do you understand those to be the special conditions upon your release?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You would qualify for a court-appointed attorney, therefore I will go ahead and appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
Ma'am.
Did you say yes?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, that's all the appeals.
I have a question I have Tiara McRae on your list, but it says not active. Is she out on bond? Can you check?
What was the last name?
McCray.
Oh,
MC.
McCray, Tierra McCray. Yes, they it's not active on our database, so they're already out.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's out on bond, Judge.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to confirm that. Okay. Okay, thank you. That will conclude the females. Thank you so much, deputies.
Have a good one.
Okay, sir, please give me your full name.
Well, Alexander.
Okay, Mr. Alexander, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is failure to have your headlights on. The bond amount is $500. The second offense is driving on a suspended or revoked license. The bond amount is $1,500. The third offense is knowingly driving on a suspended tag. Your bond amount is $500. Therefore, your total bond amount is $2,500. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yes.
Okay. I will schedule your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar?
Keep it.
Okay. You also completed a request for court-appointed counsel. Based on your application response, you do qualify. So I will approve the application. Do you have any questions?
Oh, man.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sir, give me your full name.
Charles.
Mr. Childs, you've been charged with 2 offenses. The first offense is criminal trespass. The bond amount is $2,500. And then the second offense of obstruction of a law enforcement officer, the bond amount is $2,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $4,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount? Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you make bond?
No.
Okay, you cannot? Okay.
No.
Okay, your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that's your next court date, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Also, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included, which means that you're not to return to the premises located at 5500 North Terminal Parkway. I believe that's Atlanta Hartsfield Airport in Clayton County, Georgia. You understand that?
Nah, not necessarily, because I work there. That's why I want a speedy trial. That's what I'll be looking for, trial, because that's where I work at.
Okay, well, because it appears based on the information on your warrant that you have previously been told to not return to that location for criminal trespass. So I am including that as a condition on your bond if you can make bond. Okay.
Working there for the last 6 months.
Okay, I understand. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so therefore you can speak to your attorney about any reconsideration of your bond. You understand that?
All right.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay, state your full name for me, sir.
Asa Peter sent me Closey.
Spell your last name for me, sir. Can you spell your last name for me?
DESZENTMIKLOSY.
Okay, thank you, sir. You've been charged with 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of Schedule 1. Your bond amount is $6,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
No, ma'am.
Okay, no. Okay, I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November. Your next court date, sir, is going to be November 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that that's your next court date? You understand that, sir, that your next court date is November the 21st?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you do qualify, let's see here. You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so therefore I will approve your request. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good luck.
Douglas. Yes.
Okay, sir, give me your full name, please. Sir, your full name.
Travis Douglas.
Okay. It's Douglas Is it Douglas, Douglas? Okay, Mr. Douglas, you've been charged with one offense of criminal damage in the second degree. Your bond amount is $3,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount? Can you make bond?
Yeah.
I'll schedule your preliminary hearing for November 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar?
Keep it on the calendar.
And you did complete an application for court-appointed counsel. Based on your application, you do qualify, so I will appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, your full name? Spell the last name for me.
Goggins.
Okay, I just want to make sure I had the right person. So you've been charged with 4 offenses. The first offense is violation of Georgia seatbelt law. The bond amount is $1,500. The second offense is possession of marijuana less than an ounce. The bond amount is $1,500. The third offense is use or possession of drug-related items. The bond amount is $1,500. And then the fourth offense is violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. The bond amount is $10,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $14,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that's your next court date, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it looks like you would qualify for court-appointed counsel based upon your application, so I will approve your request. You have any questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, sir, please give me your full name.
Mr.
Mr. Hall, you've been charged with 1 count of aggravated assault. Because you are currently on active probation, I'm not authorized to set bail for you today. Do you understand the charge as well as the no bond? I can't hear you, sir.
I don't understand the charge.
You don't understand the charge? You mean the charge of aggravated assault?
Yeah.
Okay, based on the information apparently from the warrant that I received, it says here that you assaulted an individual by the name of Naime Phillips. Do you recognize that name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you've been charged with assaulting that individual with a sharp object.
All right.
Okay, and the incident occurred, it appears to be on, let's see here, November the 5th of 2022. You understand it? You understand the facts or the allegation with respect to the charge, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then you are currently on probation, it appears, based on your criminal history for robbery. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So because you're currently on probation, I'm not authorized to set bail. So your bond hearing will be December 2nd, 2022, and then your preliminary hearing will be November 21st, 2022. So the purpose of the first hearing, which is your preliminary hearing, is to determine if there is sufficient evidence to continue to detain you. That's November 21st, and then your bond hearing will be scheduled December 2nd, 2022. You understand those 2 different hearing dates?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then it does appear you completed a request for court-appointed counsel. So you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Harrison.
Sir, please give me your full name.
Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, you've been charged with one offense of obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Your bond amount is $1,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you make bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing or keep it on the calendar?
On the calendar, Your Honor.
And then you also completed a request for court-appointed counsel. Based on your application, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Therefore, I will approve one. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, pardon me, Your Honor. Can I ask you a question? It's Mr. Childs.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Deputy.
The officer stepped out. Can I ask you a question? This is Mr. Childs. Really quick.
Okay, sir, have you already did your first appearance?
I don't know about my preliminary hearing. I didn't
Okay.
remember.
Okay, well, let me pull your paperwork again, okay?
Yeah, Mr. Childs. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, what's your question, sir?
I have preliminary hearing on the 27th. I didn't waive my, I didn't waive anything, did I?
No,
Okay, I just,
yeah, it's still on there, November 22nd.
all right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Deputy, next. Okay, sir, please step to the camera and I need to see your face.
All right.
Okay, state your full name for me. Are you okay, sir? You're not, Deputy, is he okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
You say yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, sir, state your full name for me.
And I'm not okay. You cannot speak for me.
Okay, state your full name for me, sir.
Royal.
Okay, Mr. Holmes, you've been charged with 4 offenses. The first offense is aggravated assault. There's a no bond on the aggravated assault. The second offense is aggravated assault. There's a no bond on the second charge of aggravated assault. And then you've been charged with 2 counts of cruelty to children in 3rd degree. Your bond amount for each is $5,000. However, since you've been denied bond on the first 2, then I'm not authorized to give you a release today. So your bond hearing, your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. And then your bond hearing will be December 2nd, 2022. Do you understand those 2 different hearing dates?
Sure.
You say yes?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay. Now, it does appear that you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Let's see here. You said, are you currently employed, sir?
I'm
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and appoint a court-appointed attorney to represent you, sir. And that will conclude your first appearance today. Thank you.
Please.
oh, I can go.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm Christopher Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, give me 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lewis. First name is Christopher.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lewis, you've been charged with 2 offenses. The first offense is battery. The bond amount is $4,000. The second offense is criminal trespass. The bond amount is $2,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $6,000. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount?
No, ma'am.
Okay, do you not understand the bond amount or the charges?
I don't understand the charges because, ma'am, I got the cuts and
Okay, well, remember, we're not here to try your case today. I'm only here to give you your first appearance, which means is to give you notice of the charges and to set your preliminary hearing. So I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that?
yes, ma'am. Would you be able to tell me what the warrant was for?
Yes, so according to the warrant, it says that the offender did commit the offense of battery when the offender intentionally caused visible bodily harm to his girlfriend, Kiara Daniels, who suffered minor scratches and bruises on her neck during a physical altercation. The offender committed the offense of criminal trespass during the physical altercation when a portion of the wall in the hallway and a 50-inch Vizio TV was damaged. This
That's
incident, let me finish. This incident falls under the family violence due to them sharing the residence, and they both share a 2-year-old son. This incident occurred in unincorporated Clayton County, Georgia. So those are the charges, sir. Can you make bond?
I don't know, Your Honor. We're not able to use the phone, so
Okay. So that'll be a no. If you can't make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. The first condition is you're to have no contact with Ms. Daniels. That means you must stay away absolutely, directly, indirectly by mail, email, pager, telephone, or third person. In addition, because the alleged incident occurred at 928 Montero Circle, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30236, you're not to return to that location. Is that your primary residence?
no, ma'am.
Okay. And did you complete a request for court-appointed counsel, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me pull your application here to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Okay, it appears that you will qualify for a court-appointed counsel. So I will go ahead and approve your application. You have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, sir, give me your full name.
Jamarcus Lowe.
Okay, Mr. Lowe, you've been charged with 2 offenses. The first offense is criminal trespass. Your bond amount is $1,500. The second charge is contributing to a delinquency of a minor. Your bond amount is $3,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $4,500. Do you understand the charge as well as the bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yeah, I try.
If you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. The first condition is you're not to return to the premises located at 5993 Now Court, Riverdale, Georgia, because that's where the alleged incident occurred at. You also cannot violate any laws while out on bond. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, your preliminary hearing is scheduled for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive the preliminary hearing?
No, you can keep it on down.
Okay, I will do that. And then it does appear that you, it says that you do currently have a job based on your responses here. You say you make at least 4,000 a month.
I just said that I don't really make 4,000, man. I just put that.
Okay, well, you signed it under penalty of perjury. Did you not read that?
You said what?
You signed your form under penalty of perjury.
You said penalty of what?
Perjury. The form that you have here, it says, you signed, it says, I have examined. It says here, I swear that the evidence I've given on this form is true, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Let me finish and understand that a false answer to any item may result in a felony charge of perjury or giving a false statement. Did you see that on the form, sir?
I probably read it too fast. I apologize.
Okay, so how much do you make if you don't make the 4,000?
I made $11.50 an hour, so I say at least about 2,000 a month to keep it real with you.
Okay. So I'm gonna allow you to change your answer, sir, but in the future, remember, make sure you're reading forms, particularly when you're in the court system before you sign. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So based on your amended answer, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I will approve you one. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Please give me your full name.
Thomas Lowe.
Okay, Mr. Lowe, you've been charged with two offenses. The first offense is criminal trespass. The bond amount is $1,500. And then the second offense is contributed to the delinquency of a minor. The bond amount is $3,000. So your total bond amount is $4,500. Do you understand the charges as well as the bond amount?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you make bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you can make bond, sir, there will be a special condition included on the bond order because the alleged incident occurred at 5993 Nile Court, Atlanta, Georgia, not to return to that location. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You also cannot violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Keep it on it.
Okay, you want to keep it on the calendar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll schedule that. And then you do, let's see here, you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will approve your application. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
How you doing, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Can you give me your full name?
Don McGee.
Okay, Mr. McGee, you've been charged with two offenses. The first offense is battery, and the second offense is simple assault. Unfortunately, I'm not authorized to set bond for you today because it appears you're currently on active probation for a previous aggravated assault charge. So therefore, let me finish, sir. Let me finish. So your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. And then your bond hearing will be November 2nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Do you understand the charge as well as the no bond?
Yes, ma'am. I ain't no probation though.
Okay, according to your criminal history, on August the 14th, 2017, you were sentenced to 7 years probation for aggravated assault. You not recall that charge?
I went down the road for that. I was trying to tell you, when I came home, they ain't never tell me to report to nobody. I went down the road and served time for that.
Okay, well, you can speak to your attorney about that. It does appear you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so therefore I will approve the application. And then I'm gonna schedule your preliminary hearing for the November 2nd again, and then your bond hearing will be December 2nd. So preliminary hearing November 22nd. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that will conclude your first appearance for today. Okay, please give me your full name. I didn't hear you, sir.
Nadara. Nadara.
Okay, Nadara. Okay, just to make sure, okay, here we go. I have you, sir. Sir, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is terroristic threats. Your bond amount is $10,000. The second charge is simple battery on a police officer. Your bond amount is $3,000. And then the third charge is obstruction of an officer. Your bond amount is $2,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $15,000. Do you understand the charges as well as your bond amount? You understand the charge as well as your bond amount, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make bond? You're not sure?
No.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that's your next court date, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So therefore, I will approve the application. Do you have any questions? Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, your full name, sir?
Montavious Tyree Neville.
Okay, Mr. Neville, you've been charged with 2 offenses. The first offense is financial transaction card theft, and then the second offense is identity fraud. The bond amount for the financial transaction card theft is $3,000. And then your bond amount for the identity fraud is $3,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $6,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
I don't understand the charges that are.
You say you don't understand the charges?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, I could just read you what I have in the warrant. Would you like me to do that?
Yes,
Okay. So according to the warrant, sir, for both charges is the same probable cause. So the officer alleged that on, this looks like here, March 15 of 2022, they responded to the incident location as 7509 Jonesboro Road, apartment 808, Jonesboro, Georgia, South Lake Code Apartment, regarding a criminal trespass. The officer stated that they made contact with the apartment and met with offender 2, that being Mr. Neville. Mr. Neville stated to the officer that he was visiting a friend leasing the unit by the name of Kendrick Wade. He stated that Wade was on vacation and he was watching his belongings. The officer advised you, I guess, per the apartment complex, that the apartment was vacant, per the apartment manager, and that he wanted Neville out of the unit. Neville stated that he understood and stated that although he does not live in the apartment, he still had his belongings to remove. The officer agreed that you were allowed to remove your property from the location, and the apartment manager was able to change the unit's locks. Per the police report and by the officer, he stated that body cam footage showed that they waited for you to collect your belongings and leave. After you left, the officer met with the property manager, and the property manager delivered multiple credit cards, counterfeit driver's license, and blank checks, misdemeanor items with all different names not belonging to you or the suspect Wade. The officer was requested into the apartment by the property manager, and the property manager showed the officer where she collected the items in the common area kitchen. Body cam footage also showed a printer in the kitchen that Neville took after the officer observed it. And based on the training and experience, the printer is often used to print counterfeit checks. So it goes on to discover that they also discovered a flash drive that was left behind in the apartment. And so that is the basis for the charges, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've given you the facts. Okay, so now
Yes,
you have let me finish. So now you understand the allegations supporting the charge, and then the bond amount for each is $3,000 each. Because again, we're not here to try your case today. I'm only here to inform you of the charges and see if I can set bond for you, which I have done. Okay, so your total bond amount is $6,000. Can you make bond?
No, ma'am. I have one question.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that. Let me finish giving you your information, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
If you can, your bond hearing is going to be scheduled because both offenses are considered felonies. So your your first preliminary hearing is going to be scheduled November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. You understand that? That's your next court date, sir.
Yes,
and then based on the responses on your court-appointed application, you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I will go ahead and approve that request. At this time, I'll take a question.
In the warrant, you stated that that the items were my property.
I just stated they found them in the property that you previously occupied per the warrant. So if you want to contest that, sir, you're more than welcome to pursue that through your counsel.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That will conclude your first appearance hearing. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Can you give me your full name?
I don't know.
Spell that for me.
My first and last are both, ma'am.
Both.
ANTHONY.
Okay. Okay, that's what I have here. So you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond amount is $1,500. The second offense is drug-related items. I'm sorry, use or possession of drug-related items. Your bond amount is $2,000. And then the third offense of obstruction of a law enforcement officer, the bond amount is $2,000. Therefore, your total bond amount is $5,500. Do you understand the charges or is the bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. If you can make bond, you cannot violate any laws while out on bond. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Schedule your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Can I just keep it, and if I bond out, it gets waived?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do that.
Okay, and then it does, I see an application for you, but it doesn't appear, this is at the top.
I have my own attorney, ma'am.
You have your own attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you sure you don't want to have one in play just in case or no?
Yes, ma'am.
You say yes or no?
I have an attorney, ma'am. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna put her on attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Give me your full name.
Jonathan Powell.
Hey, Mr. Powell, you've been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is malice murder. There's a no bond under OCGA 1761. The second offense is possession of a firearm by a felon. Your bond amount is $10,000. And then the third offense is being in possession of a weapon during a crime. Your bond amount is $10,000. Because I'm not authorized to set bail on the murder charge, sir, you will not be released today. Your first hearing is going to be scheduled for November the 21st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then your bond hearing is going to be scheduled for December 2nd, 2022. Do you understand the no bond as well as the charges?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand your 2 different hearing dates, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you did complete a request for court-appointed counsel. You put here that you have a job, but you currently, you say you don't know how much you make monthly. Can you give me an estimate?
I make $13 an hour.
Okay, but can you give me your monthly estimate wages?
I don't know yet.
Did you just start there?
Started.
You said yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So since that's a no bond, it's unlikely you'll be returning there anytime soon, sir. So I'm going to go ahead and approve your request for court-appointed counsel. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, sir, give me your full name.
Frank Thompson.
Hey, Mr. Thompson, you've been charged with 1 offense of cruelty to children in the 1st degree. Your bond amount is $3,000. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you can make bond, there will be special conditions included on the bond order. You are to have no violent contact with someone by the name of Kalia Robinson. Who's that to you?
It's my stepson.
Okay, does your stepson reside with you?
He got locked up too as well, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Let me see here. I don't see him on my list today. Let me see. His name is Robinson. Well, look like he didn't have a first appearance with me today, so.
Oh, he's only 14.
Now the incident location, sir, the 4344 Sierra Drive, Forestport, Georgia. What are that? Is that your home? Is that your primary residence?
743 years.
Okay, who lives at this?
Yes, one is
4344.
his friends.
Okay. But does Mr. Robinson live with you?
Yes.
Okay, and where's that at?
743 Lookout Drive, Forest Park, Georgia.
Okay, well, I'm gonna include a no violent contact against your stepson. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And your bond amount is 3,000. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for November the 22nd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. You understand that?
Okay.
And you did complete a request for court-appointed counsel. So based on your responses here, well, how much is your monthly income, sir? I can't read your response here.
They say 5,000.
Okay. So based on your application, so you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney, therefore you would have to hire your own attorney. You understand that?
All right.
Okay, that will conclude your first appearance for this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's gonna be all the meals on the calendar for today.
Okay, I think that's it, deputies. Thank you so much.
Your Honor, you have a good day.
And then I just need to go over a few